Great Haywood. 40 minutes it claims. Hi everyone. Left the bike at home today. It's a bit frosty. Had loads of snow, which has cleared up to a degree, but it's now quite frosty and crunchy underfoot, as I'm sure you can hear. So I thought I'd come out for a walk, and I just parked up at just off Milford Common, and the first bit's a bit tricky over the narrow bridges, as you've probably just seen. But I'm on the canal towpath now, and I'm going to follow this along. Not going to be much boat traffic. Look at that lot. It's a tad frozen. You need an icebreaker down there. So yeah, so I'm heading up along here, following the towpath up to Great Haywood and the marina there. Might stop for a coffee, we'll see, and then we'll carry on across through Shugborough and back. So come along, enjoy the walk and look at these lovely snowy scenes. I think someone's been playing. This old hill, number 107 bridge. A lock there, all very quiet today. Another ice-bound canal boat there. He ain't going anywhere in a hurry, is he? There you go. I don't know whether you'll see that on here. I'll insert a picture just in case you can't. That's Tixall Gatehouse. Allegedly Mary Queen of Scots stopped there back in the day. I think there's many places in Tudor England she didn't stop, to be honest. There you go. Right, I know what that noise is. Sounded ominous, didn't it? So yeah, I'm going to carry on going. Keep warm. Certainly rather picturesque, and it seems very quiet walking along here. You can see the birds singing. Quite nice seeing the canal boats and the odd one with a waft of smoke coming out the chimney. You'd almost be going back in time, couldn't you? Although I strongly suspect these canals would be a lot busier back in the day when they were transporting goods up and down the network. That'd be what, 100 years ago now, plus, and some, I suppose, isn't it? 200-300 years for some of these networks. Number 108, Swivel Bridge. I often wonder about the origins of that name. I wonder if that was, yeah, if maybe back in the day that was a swivel bridge and then got replaced with a nice brick bridge that saved people faffing around. If you know, let me know. That's my theory anyway. Right, carry on a bit. Starting to see a few more boats or people up here now as we're heading towards the junction and the marina. The overflow on the canal there, it's surplus water floods out, it goes into the river. Yes, where the canal crosses the River Trent. Yeah. Aquaduct over the Trent. You probably can't see that good with the sun, but it's a beautiful view. The way the sun reflects off the river. There you go. There's a heron over there. You might just see it. On the left hand bank there, Joe. There you go. Right. Let's carry on. So it's coming up to the junction. Coming up to Great Haywood Junction now. I would imagine that that old building there was probably a the toll booth at some stage. Staffordshire and Worcestersgire Canal Company. I would imagine back in the day that's where you'd paid your toll, just as you turned onto the Staffordshire and Worcestershire Canal. Coming to the junction, we are eventually going to turn right here. This is the Anglo-Welsh Canal Company's marina, where they let the boats out and so on. But yeah, so we are eventually going to turn right here at this junction, head towards Shugborough. But initially, we're going to go round to the right and then back over the bridge and go to the cafe. It could be a bit interesting going over the bridge. Oh, it's not too bad. It looks like it's been well gritted. And that's where we just come from, down there. There you go. Yeah, so we're going to carry on down here, cross the road and go and have a cup of coffee, I think. I often wonder how horses used to cope with these. They're tricky enough on your feet. Yeah, so you can carry on Canal towpath this way, obviously. We're going to get off here and cross the road. Yeah, so here we have the Canalside Cafe, which is not bad, a bit pricey, but food's very nice. The Canalside Farm shop, which has excellent stuff, and if it's open they have a coffee van outside. Very nice man, the van letting me cross the road. I just extended the car park here to give EV charging, and they're due to do some expansion works here, so it's actually doing quite well. Good place to park at and start your walk, but it is supposed to be customers parking, so best buy something and put your receipt in the window. Oh no, the coffee van is not open. So, I don't think it's open. Let's have a look. Nope, that's the coffee van that's not open. So I want a coffee, got to go inside. Hey ho. There you go, folks. Piece of ultimate carrot cake and a cappuccino. A bit noisy in here, so I'm going to eat these and then get back out to walking. There you go. That was a rather nice cup of coffee and a piece of carrot cake at the farm shop and cafe. So I'm going to go back across the road now, jump on the canal and go over Shugborough. Just look at that for a beautiful view. The sun on the canal, smoke coming off the barge chimneys, absolutely stunning. That's where we're going to go. We're going to go over the bridge, carry on down the canal and into the back lane to Shugborough. Now if you wanted a slightly easier walk, you could of course drop the car up here by the cafe and walk and leave one car at Milford and half your distance, or you could walk back down the canal the way we just come. Yeah, as I say, we could go back that way. Some brave soul running there. Brave or stupid, I'm not sure which. Hey ho. But yeah, we're not going to go back that way. We're going off this way, he says, trying very carefully not to fall over on the stones. Nice bit of hedge laying there, look, of sorts. Not something you see very often now, hedge laying, but it's nice to see it. A bit more broken ice here, that means they've had a bit more canal traffic. Oh, but the swans seem appreciative. Yes, this is Essex Bridges, which we've crossed many times in the past. Looking rather splendid in the winter sunshine. River's quite high at the moment. Don't think anybody's going to be fording that well on a horse today. That said, the ducks seem happy. Out into the sunshine again. A lovely view of Shugborough Hall. Formerly the home of Lord Lichfield, and now belonging to the National Trust. You make you pay to go and see it. Yeah, so back in the day when Lord Lichfield lived here and owned it, lived here most of the time I think, you were allowed to wander around the grounds quite freely. And he allowed a lot of community use of the lands. The scouts used to do the raft race on the river down there, on that side. And there's an outdoor education centre over the far side. But now the National Trust are here. They want you to pay for everything, but they can't make you pay for this bit because this bit's a public footpath and a right of way. So you still walk through from Essex Bridges right across the estate the way we're going to go, out through the main gate and drive, and over the back of Sapnell Hills, which is that bit of high ground over to the right there. There you go. 3 miles in, by the way, now, in case you're wondering, from where we started, and more than halfway around the loop. So I'm just coming to the other side of Shugborough now. This is the main gate where the paying punters have to pay to come in and park and all the other joyous things you have to do now. Just over on the left there are some facilities, toilets and so on, which is quite handy on this walk because they're open to the public, so if you do need to make use, there's facilities there. There you go. Just over the bridge, the facilities. We're not going to use those today. Going out through the bridle path gate. Yes, so because you can ride your bike through here, being a bridle path as well, which is nice if you come up the canal. And then we're going to follow the drive round for a bit, and then take. That's the West Coast main line, folks, in case you're wondering. the one of these little obelisks, follies, whatever you wish to call it. I'll tell you what it's actually called in a minute. There you go. Hadrian's Arch, that is. And you can walk up to that if you're so inclined. I'm not. I'm following the path around there and then going off through the woods. Hadrian's Arch from a different angle, as we've come round the side and walked up the drive. There you go. So, as we come to this bend, the main entrance is just down there. When it comes off the main road, we're going to go through that gate and off up through the woods. We could have gone that way round for Hadrian's Arch. We're going up through the Stafford plantation and have a nice little woodland walk now. See a few trees come down this winter here, look. Good selection of logs there for some enterprising person. It's the first part of the walk we actually come across anything resembling hills, which is not surprising really, since we're heading sort of the back of Satnall Hills. But fortunately this is the last sort of section of the walk. It's not too bad. Oh, you know how steep that looks? That's quite a steep downhill, folks. So, we'll just take it steady down here. Although fortunately the main path isn't too icy. Well, there's no ice to be honest on the main path, just off to the side. Okay, so there you go, now come on to a main track. Multiple routes you can pick up here, folks. You can go up there, up that way, and pick your way through there and off to the right, or you can follow this main track, which is the route up to the reservoir, which is what I'm going to do today. And this sort of arcs round to the left rather than going the steep way. A bit more snow up here, not a lot though. You can see there's multiple little tracks and things you can go up. You're still getting your height coming up this way, but it's a little bit gentler. Right, coming out towards the top of the hill and the reservoir. We found some snow, folks. That's one of the paths we could have come up. And then back in the crunchy stuff again. There we go, across the front of the reservoir. Nothing exciting, it's a covered one. Look, you can't see any water. And then we follow this track downhill, and this will bring us out just round the corner from Shugborough Hall, from the main entrance. Okay, so we've got to have our wits about us because it is quite steep and there's still snow and mud on the path here, so just got to be a little bit careful coming down here. Fair bit of snow on some of this still, so yeah, gotta pay attention again. There you go, folks, you can just about see the cars now. That's where we come out on the road. So there we go, back on the main road. It's rather noisy here, as you can tell, but we're just going to go down there to the junction there where that white car's turning, and then we're off the main road. So that's the main entrance to Shugborough Estate, which you can't actually drive into, you have to go around the back now, but that's where we've come out, Shugborough Estate. Yeah, just down there you've got the Barley Mile Public House for some alcoholic refreshment, and there's nice food as well. And next door to that, the legendary Wimpy, which is well worth a visit. The Wimpy is, I think it's the first one ever opened in the country many years ago, and still does fantastic burgers and so on, long before McDonald's hit the country. And then just up there on the left, across the Milford Common there, is the Viceroy Indian restaurant. So plenty of eateries here, right on the edge of this walk, and plenty of others within a short driving distance. Hope you've enjoyed that walk. Don't forget to hit the like button if you have, and consider subscribing to the channel. I've just got to walk down here a couple of hundred yards to where I parked the car, and then I shall avoid the local hostelry on this occasion and head back home for a nice hot cup of tea. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.